Hello everyone and welcome to The Vortex, where lies and falsehoods are trapped and exposed. I'm Michael Voris. So what has 40 plus years of Catholic leadership's complicity in the evil of contraception given us? Meet Carolyn Morthole, a political science major at Catholic University of America. During this recent dust-up between the bishops and the Obama administration over its demand that the church/insurance companies pay for birth control and its attending evils, Miss Morthole felt convicted to air her views on the subject as a 20-something single female. Her thoughts are open for public discussion because she published them on CNN's religion blog and forum. And they are extremely telling. She is a thoroughgoing modern example of all that has gone wrong in the church in America. And before someone objects to us talking about an individual and saying we're mean and judgmental, remember, she published her thoughts for the whole world to see. We've attached a link to her article right on this page. You would be hard-pressed to find a more stellar example of the colossal failure of church leadership the past 2 generations, and more to the point, the still ongoing failure. Almost nowhere, save an individual homily here or there, have we heard an open public blasting against contraception itself on the part of the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops. Sure, there have been letters and statements and articles and speeches about First Amendment rights being trampled and religious liberty being crushed underfoot and all that. But even in continuing attempts to push for illegal immigration and eco-friendly this or that, not a word on the evil of contraception itself. And this continuing ignoring of that is worrisome to say the least. Despite all the heady and puffed up talk about a Catholic uprising and a reclaiming of Catholic identity and the Catholic giant being suddenly awakened, Catholic identity revolves around our blessed Lord, not a political gamut. Because at the end of the day, what matters is whether a soul is saved or damned, not what the courts rule on a piece of extremely questionable legislation. The bishops who are chasing this, and not the issue of contraception itself, are playing in the wrong sandbox. Case in point, Carolyn Morthole. Here is a 22-year-old woman who says such things as, pay attention to what she says here, quote, "Teachers at the Jesuit high school I attended urged students to protect themselves when they became sexually active." Here's another one. "Birth control, condoms, and emergency contraception have all served their purpose in my life because each work in different preventative ways." No, emergency contraception can actually kill a child, not prevent one. Another wonderful quote, "Emergency contraceptives were there when I was uncertain about whether I'd become pregnant and needed reassurance. I'm not ready to raise a child on my own." So here she admits she may have actually killed her own child. And this gem, it, meaning her faith, my faith, has taught me how to respect others, be a human with integrity, and help those in need. No, it hasn't, Carolyn, not at all. Quote, "The Catholic Church does an exceptional job standing up for those who live in poverty and suffer injustices," end quote. And there it is for you writ large for the whole world to see. When it comes to social justice, boy, oh boy, look no further than the Catholic Church and its legions of modernist, progressive, bleeding hearts that at the end of the day don't give a whit about this girl's soul. So, based on her years of nothing but liberal, perverted ideology disguised as theology, she comes to the only conclusion that she possibly can. Quote, "I believe that birth control can be used by religious people without having a negative effect on someone's faith. Catholics value human life. I believe that includes acknowledging the rights of women to take care of our bodies." End quote. Well done, leaders, well done. For decades, including up to this very moment, you have sought to usher in some new understanding of the faith. You continue to call it pastoral. You've allowed and still allow thousands of dissidents and heretics to run wild on so-called Catholic campuses from sea to shining sea. You allow and sometimes welcome a dizzying array of dissidents on the Catholic speaking circuit to come and speak at hundreds of diocesan conference and lecture halls each year. You've turned a blind eye to the corrosive effects of all of this on the faith of 2 and now going on 3 generations, but you will fight and oppose like mad practically any expression of orthodoxy that dare raise its ugly head. And as the sun is setting over an entire globe, you fight a law and not the evil at the heart of that law that has taken up home among the very souls your office gives you charge over. God love you. I'm Michael Voris.